All right, let's get started. I've got 5 after the hour. So we're going to get started with our next sessions. The first one up is Dan Lonechild, and I actually have another member, a newer member of one of the BLT Advanced Club, Olashola Fasuan, who will be introducing our speakers today and helping moderate for them. So please help me welcome Olashola.
Good afternoon, everyone. And it's so obvious that we have been enjoying ourselves. So in this session, we're going to be having Daniel Lonechild as our first speaker. Daniel Lee Lonechild, he prefers to go by Dan, is the Division B Rookie of the Year. He is the UL Toastmasters 2019 to 2020 club president, but now is the VP of PR for BLT and the Area 9 director. But who is he? No one actually knows. He doesn't share too much about himself. He just wants each of us to ask ourselves these questions. What's my favorite color? What's my actual favorite pastime? Who am I? Well, he will let us know bits and pieces as time goes by. But what you should know is he likes science, and he likes science a lot. He is also knowledgeable with computers and great at problem solving and thinking on his feet, and he has a great sense of humor. Perhaps you might know more about him one day, or you might not. Dan's speech this afternoon is titled RISE, Rise in What We Value. Fellow Toastmasters, help me welcome Dan Lonechild.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm Dan, and today I want to share with you my speech, Rise in What We Value. So to start off, I want, as Sola so kindly said, my name is Dan Lee Lonechild. I'm the Division B Area 9 Director. And today I want to talk to you a little about the things about what we value in. So, Rise. You know, we value a lot of things here in Toastmaster. And Rise is one of those things we value in. Rise is actually the core value of Toastmasters. But of course, we know it by something else, different direction. IRS, and of course, I forgot the E. My bad. Oh, there it is. Silly E. Stay put next time. Anyways, this is actually the initials for the core values of Toastmasters, which is actually the integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Now, as most of you already know, we value different things, differently, from currency, coins. See, right there. This is actually a silver dollar in Canada. And as you can see, we put value on that quite a bit. Sometimes we take that value and we actually try to preserve it as best we can. And that's actually a good thing too, It's always good to preserve a lot of different values, but we put value in different things. Like, for example, everyone, we all put value in money. Okay, that's a given. Okay, money is valuable. So much so that we actually end up putting value in other things that is kind of a currency. Like if you go to the casino, you might see one of these. A casino chip. Now, this isn't a real one, obviously. This is actually from a 25-cent vending machine. And I remember getting this one when I was younger. I thought it'd be how great it would be just to get one of these things and just keep spending 25 cents and just get a whole stack of them. And then I thought to myself, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well get myself the actual thing. So that's value right there. But of course, if you're a gamer, you might have collectibles. Like, for example, this right here. This you might recognize as a collectible coin from a video game called Skyrim or Elder Scrolls series. And, collectors will put value in that as well. And that's actually a good thing too. Because because depending if you're a collector or not, you're a serious collector, this could be valued up to $100 trillion if it's in good condition. Unfortunately, I have a tendency to handle these things so much because I like them. You know, it's like, for me, the value isn't in what I can sell it for. For me, the value is, what can I do with it? Can I have fun with it and whatnot? But here in Toastmasters, well, we have a lot of values in different things. We have the core values, as you just saw. We have the coin is actually a very thing that we can actually memorize the values on. So on the back of it, we have those core values. So as we already know, you know, as I mentioned before, we value money. Okay, we also, not just money, but we also value time as well. And unfortunately, though, we waste our time with getting money, and the clock is definitely ticking down for that right there. So we only have so much time in the day to do certain things, and we have to decide what things to put our time and effort into it, and decide what our values will be. You know, like, what is more valuable for us to spend time on. So do we spend time on earning money? Do we spend time on being with friends and family? Do we spend time on playing video games or collecting collectibles? Do we spend time on doing a whole bunch of stuff just in general? And I think the truth is that we shouldn't have to waste our time, because as you can see, the countdown on the clock, time does tick away. Tick, 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 tick. And it's what we do with that time right there that is precious. Oh, time's up. So as you see, you know, time does go out of hand, especially if you're doing something else entirely. But if what you're doing is not that valuable, it can definitely be a waste of time. But, you know, money is only going to belong so much, you know, because money can be tossed away, be spent. You know, some people are gamblers. They like going to casinos and actually getting casino chips or wasting it all night. Some people go on extravagant trips and all this other stuff. But, you know, does that mean money is more valuable then in that sense? No. Money is only valuable to a certain extent. You know, it's the memories we get that's valuable. But here in Toastmasters, we put value into something else. And that's our core values, like I mentioned before. And with that right there, when we have the core values of integrity, respect, and service and excellence, well, we have to, you know, think about it. Okay, so why is that so important? Well, let's start with integrity first. Okay, so integrity I picked 5 things. So honesty is one of them. We definitely need honesty. Why? Because it's so many things, you know, so many different factors. Honesty is important to tell people. You know, sometimes it's good to tell a white lie. You don't want to go to a kid and go like, I'm sorry, Santa Claus doesn't exist, you know, and the kid's only 5. Don't do that. Shame on you if you do that, you know. But telling the kid a white lie, if the kid comes up to you, does Santa Claus really exist? You look down on me and go, yes, it is. You know, I believe in Santa Claus, you know. Not really, I don't believe in it. But anyways, you tell that to the kid. You don't tell them that you don't believe in Santa Claus because it doesn't exist. You tell them because you want that imagination to stay there until they figure it out for themselves that Santa Claus doesn't exist. See, we all go with the different journeys. And that journey is what we have to realize is the truth. So we have to be honest with ourselves as well as honest with everybody else. But remember, you know, sometimes you have to tell a white lie to spare people's feelings. You know, you don't want to go up to a person saying, I'm sorry, you got cancer, you're not going to live till next week. Sorry. No, you have to be more gentle with that. So telling a little white lie is good. But honesty is definitely a good thing to have, and it's part of integrity. Next up, we have unity. I know everyone is like, well, how is unity part of integrity? Well, I'll tell you this much right here. So look at the pandemic that we're in right now. ask yourselves this. We're asked to isolate ourselves, to social distance, do all this other stuff. Does that mean we're more apart? I say no. Look what we're doing right now. We're on Zoom. We're having a blast right now, because we're all connected. Some of us are from Calgary. Some of us are from probably other parts of Canada. Who knows? I can't remember if anyone else is from a different part of the world. We are here at this moment because of what we have as technology at this day and age. If this was back in the 1920s, then yeah, isolation might feel kind of lonely and might be depressing, but there's different ways to be unified. But right now, we're in the best time of our lives, because even though we're social distancing, even though we're isolated, we could never be more together, unified. We are able to outreach towards other people in Canada within our Toastmasters community. Our community, we may be divided within divisions, we may be divided within districts, but as a whole, we're more together than we ever were before. So unity is definitely a thing, because we got to work together too. Because that's the other thing. When we're unified, we rise each other's expectations and we help each other grow. Third is morals. Having a good set of morals is good. You don't want to be like that person who goes like, Hannibal. You don't want to be that person like, you look tasty. That's not good. Okay, cannibalism is bad. It's especially if you look at someone and go like, you look tasty, because that's don't do that. Bad. I know some cultures, that's cannibalism is part of the culture, and sometimes they do that. But for the rest of us though, we frown upon that, and that's a set of morals for us. And morals is good to have, because it sets us straight. It's something for us to it's a guideline for us to stay on. It's a set of rules. And obviously within Toastmasters, we do have those guidelines, we do have those rules, and we do have something that keeps us, up with our morals. So next up, we have fairness. We definitely want to be fair with everybody. You don't want to be like, hey, look, I brought a bag of chocolates, and you get one, we all get one. I don't like you, so you don't get one. That's not fair, is it? It makes people feel kind of worthless and, not really well appreciated all that much. And speaking of appreciation, I'll get to that in a second. But next up, we have trustworthiness. Trustworthiness is another important aspect right there, because, you want to be able to actually trust you. You want to be able to be trusted with everyone. You don't want to be the person who goes like, hey, you backstabbed me last time. Okay, I don't really trust you with doing this right here, so I'm not going right there. You want people to be able to trust you in what you do, and you want people to actually look up to you and actually know that they can rely on you doing things too. I mean, like for me, for example, like, I'm not perfect. I try to be as reliable as I can, and honestly, I am absent-minded. But as everyone probably knows, I try my best to to keep on doing what I'm doing. Sometimes, honestly, I do have ADD, and that does get in the way sometimes. And believe me, if you ever have to suffer for ADD, then you understand the plight that I go through most of the time. It's one of those, okay, I gotta do this. Ooh, look at that, shiny. That's I get distracted easily. And then after a while, if I get distracted, I get tendency to forget. Does that make me untrustworthy? No. Just means that, I have to work around that. It's a flaw that I have to work. It's a weakness of me. It's something I have to work with and I have to constantly do. But that's the best part about Toastmasters is that I can rely on different people to kind of hold me responsible and, keep me in check sometimes. It's all about what I trust those people to help me out with those things. So trustworthiness is a very important part of integrity. Next up, we got respect. Well, again, I picked 5 more things. With respect, you have courtesy. You want to be courteous to everybody, no matter what, to guests, to your members, to surprise visits from area directors and division directors and district directors and so on and so forth. You want to be courteous. You want to give them, you want to show them that respect that they deserve, and that, because they got to that position, on their own merits. And that's actually, you want to be courteous to them, saying, for example, let's say there was multiple seats in there. You want to be courteous to them and say, you know what? This chair is a little bit more comfortable, and I completely forgot, I didn't realize you're coming, but it's okay. We'll deal with it. So for the time being, here you go. You can have my seat. That's being courteous. That's being kind. It's also a very good thing right there too. You don't want them sitting on like a rock or anything. It's like, you know what? Hang on. Here's a boulder. If you can move a boulder, by the way, congratulations. Because it means that I want you out on the front lines of if we go to war with anyone in space. Because if you can lift a boulder, you're strong. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Next up, we got politeness. Panicking Bear, and most of you might already know this. I have a tendency to name myself Panicking Bear, and it sounds childish, but he actually does have a good saying. Being kind and polite makes the world all right. Same thing for here. You have to be polite to everybody. You got to try to be respectful to what people are. If people are different religions, you want to be respectful enough not to offend them. Sometimes people slip. Okay, we're humans. That is understandable. Sometimes we might say one thing and we don't realize it, and and someone might get upset about it, and that's fine. It's just kind of be polite about what you're saying, and try to think a little bit. If you're not too sure if you should say one thing, like for example, if you want to talk about religion, try to be polite and ask, can I talk about this? Sometimes people don't mind, sometimes people do. And if you have at least one person in the group that says, no, I'd rather not talk about that. Don't bring it up again, just politely say, oh, okay, I'll change my speech, or I won't talk about that at all. Try to find a topic that they can relate to. Next up, we have me going backwards, apparently. Recognition. Number 3, recognition. You want to recognize the achievements that everyone has. You want to recognize somebody whose feat has, should be recognized. For example, someone wins in the area contest or division contest or district. Well, how about the international? You want to recognize them for that amazing feat, especially for the international. You want to give them praise. You want to give them recognition about what they've done. So that's important. Number 4, consideration. Well, it's just like politeness. It's the same thing. You want to be considerate to everybody. You want to give consideration to the feelings of everyone around you. You don't want to be out there and go like, you're stupid. That speech was dumb. Don't do that. That's mean. That's inconsiderate. That's total opposite of being considerate. If someone's doing if you don't think someone's doing a good job of speech, the good saying to remember is, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, or at least try to pick something positive and give them a positive feedback. That's kind of goes like, for example, you want to be like, that was a good speech. I got a few suggestions you can do to fix it. That kind of thing. I mean, we have practice doing that all the time when we do evaluations. But we have to be considerate when we do those evaluations. It's like, it's a given. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You want them to. You don't want to scare them away. You don't want to be like this. Like, you did a terrible job at that. I'm sorry. And then they don't come back anymore. It's not really a good thing. Number 5, appreciation. same thing about recognition, but appreciation. You want to appreciate the help you get from people, because everyone is that joins Toastmasters. All they're trying to do is help each other, and all we're trying to do is grow and get what we're trying to do. We're trying to grow and evolve our speech patterns, and that's a good thing. It's because we don't want to be, we don't want to be stunted. So now we're on to service. Number one is kindness. Remember what I said? Being kind and polite, how it makes the world go right. Same thing. But when you're doing a service to somebody, you want to be kind about it. You don't want to be like this. You don't want to be talking to them and going, picking up something and going like, oh, you want this? You want this? You want this? Here, there, you can have that. You whacked them in the head. Congratulations. You knocked them out. Obviously a piece of plastic like this is not going to knock them out, and it's not going to do anything. But you want to show kindness. You don't want to say, oh, would you like this? Here you go, and you hand it off to them, and they might go like, oh, thanks. You want to show them that kindness right there. You don't want to just go like, you want this? There you go. That's not kind. That's just being mean. You don't want to be up to them and going like this either. You don't want to go like, oof, out of my way. That's not kind. That's it's the same thing about being polite. You want to say, excuse me, do you mind? And then if there's it's in the way, just say, I need to get through if you don't mind. Don't be too passive aggressive though, or too passive when you do things. That's not good either. Next up is number 2, assistance. Well, we all for service is offering assistance, and a lot of people, kind of ask, when they ask people, it's like, hey, do you want help with this? Do you need assistance with that? You may have heard that saying, do you need assistance? And that's a good thing. You want to offer assistance because, sometimes some people might not have a clue, and some people might be shy and might not want to ask for help, even though if they need help. And, they might be shy or nervous or, dread asking for help because they feel embarrassed by it. But, that's okay. Sometimes if you see someone like that, it's always good to say, would you like a hand with it? Just, again, be kind about it. Just don't go like, oh, you look like you're doing a terrible job. You need a hand with this. No, just ask them. Just say, hey, you want a hand? 9 out of 10 times, somebody might actually say yes. Number 3, is solution. Well, another part of service is offering solutions to everybody. We want to have our speeches and our speaking going, perfectly well. And part of Toastmasters is we want to offer them solutions. This is a given. Like for example, if you're giving a speech on something like that needs visuals, and you're stuck on doing that, someone you might ask for assistance or offer assistance, saying, hey, looks like you're stuck on this. What can I help do to help? And you offer them a solution, saying, well, if you want, I can go and take a picture of this. If you need a picture of a certain object. Or if someone says, I'm afraid of bugs, but I need to do this project, say, okay, I tell you what, I'll handle the insects. That's one solution right there. And that's all part of service right there. Number 4, helping hand. Again, it goes with assistance, but not only that too, sometimes we do need a helping hand every once in a while. We need the people to actually kind of, just politely go like this, I'll open the door for somebody. What do you think Sergeant Arms do when they, when they're at the door right there? They're giving them a helping hand by opening the door and politely telling them right there, like saying, this is what we do here. There's seats over there. That's part of service as well. It's also part of the respect as well, because you're recognizing them. It goes hand in hand. Next up is utility. Part of service is that we do is we offer utilities for people. Not the whole, oh, here's a tool. You're our monkey wrench? No? How about a screwdriver? No? Okay. Well, no, that kind of utilities. We don't offer them tools in a physical sense. We offer them mental tools. You know, for example, like when we do table topics, we offer them the tools needed to do certain things. Next up is excellence. So we have quality. And for quality right there, we want to make sure what we do is of good quality. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, nothing is ever perfect. You know, if you have order, chaos will always follow. It's what you do within that chaos that matters. So that's actually very important right there too. Well, and it looks like I got 2 minutes left too, by the way, so I'm going to wrap it up real quick. So you got skill, you got accomplishments, mastery, merit, and that's about it right there. So right there. So all in all, that's, you know, integrity, respect, service, and excellence. So please rise up to the occasion, and thank you very much right there. And sorry. So thank you very much. Woohoo!